Hello and welcome back to Radio Adelaide 101.5 FM. You're listening to 15 Minutes of Fame. Earlier in the studio today, we had a very special guest, Dr. Fraser Hampton. Now, Dr. Hampton has just finished his non-fictional trilogy, Living in Solitude series, and this is how the interview went. Hello, Dr. Hampton, and welcome to the studio.
Thanks, it's great to be here.
So Fraser, if you don't mind me calling you that, how does it feel to have finally finished the last book of your Living in Solitude series?
Well, Alistair, what can I say? It's been fantastic, especially how appallingly written they are.
I'm sorry, what do you mean by that?
Well, honestly, they're crap, hence why Penguin Books are publishing it.
Okay, I'm going to ignore that slightly defamatory statement about Penguin Publishings, but Dr. Hampton, you've spent the last 20 years living in solitude on an island in the Philippines writing this book. I mean, this is your life's work. Do you realise what you're saying here?
Yeah, I've spent the last 20 years writing out of my ass, and I've got something to tell you, Alistair.
Oh, go on then.
I'm not really a doctor.
I'm sorry? According to your profile piece in your first book, you spent 7 years studying at the University of Sydney to gain your doctorate in philosophy.
Yeah, I made that up, but honestly, a doctorate in philosophy is kind of pointless anyway. Honestly, I was studying next door to that university at Sydney's Clown College.
Clown College?
Yeah, it's a clown college. Never heard of it?
No. Go on.
If you'd like, I can sing a Roger and Hammerstein tune while balancing on a unicycle with a puppy sitting on my shoulders.
Well, Fraser, that would be pleasantly delightful and entertaining, but right now I'm interested in your conscience. I mean, knowing that you've wasted the last 20 years of your life writing on a remote island.
Well, let me ask you something. How long did Shakespeare spend wasting his time writing his so-called masterpieces?
So you consider yourself and your works up to the standard and legacy of Shakespeare?
Well, I mean, to an extent, yes.
So you would compare your first book,
Living in Solitude.
Yeah, Living in Solitude, to works such as King Lear or Much to Do About Nothing?
Well, honestly, I haven't read either of those books, but the book was Much Ado About Nothing, so yes, I agree with that statement.
Okay, moving on now. So what exactly did you do on that remote island, 20 years all by yourself?
Well, what are you trying to say?
I'm not implying anything. I'm just, you can't help but feel a tad curious, I guess.
Well, I picked up yoga, I did some meditating, I enjoyed my long walks on the beach.
Really?
Okay, I played Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes, for 20 years.
I mean, isn't that a bit, I mean, what
are you saying
I'm
about
not judging.
players? I mean, what are you?
I'm not judging.
Just because I spent 20 years playing Dungeons and Dragons.
I didn't mean to. And that was Fraser Hampton commenting on his recent finished trilogy, Living in Solitude. We're going to take a short break and be back with some more great tracks.
Pioneering jazz pianist, the legendary Herbie Hancock is returning to Australia. Set to take the stage for one night only at Her Majesty's Theatre, May 4th.